For some of you that don't know who I am, I'm Fran Bovey, and I started coming to this church about, maybe last March. But anyways, I want to tell you my story of my salvation. I was maybe 10, 11 years old. We lived down in Taylor, Michigan, and somebody introduced me to Jesus, but at that time I didn't have any follow-up or anything, so I really didn't think that anything about it. So I just lived my life, and that was in the 70s, and you know how bad that can be sometimes. But anyways, so I didn't think anything about it. And then I was 21 years old, living in Wyandotte, Michigan, and I was a young wife and a young mom of 2 toddlers. And I just woke up one day and I said, I looked around the world and I was not really depressed, but I didn't really know what was going on. And I said, there's got to be a reason why I'm here. There's got to be a reason why everybody here is in this world. It's not just so that we can live and die and have a family and stuff. There has to be a purpose. Shortly after that, I was walking down our sidewalk, and my neighbor Kathy, bless her heart, came out and she introduced herself, and we got to be friends, and she introduced me to Jesus, and my world changed. I was so excited. And it was maybe a month or 2 after that, we moved up to Irons, Michigan, and I was excited about that because there was a church there, and some of you may know it. It's Irons Union Church, and it was fantastic. I loved it. I was so excited, and I was like a sponge, I picked up the Bible, and I actually could understand what it was saying, so that was so exciting. But I needed to learn so much, and God was so gracious and helping me find babysitters, so I joined everything I could. I just couldn't get enough. And at that time, I was very shy and very quiet, and I know that's going to be hard for a lot of people to believe now, but if you told me or said hi to me, I just barely said hi. So when I went to Irons Church, they were so wonderful. They accepted me into their family immediately and took me under their wing, and just like this church did. We're all family now, and it's just a wonderful thing. And anyways, so as I said, I was joining everything and had a good time. I was learning a lot, but I still was not very confident in myself, and I didn't want to talk to anybody about Jesus or anything. I was pretty scared. So the pastor came up to me one day, and he said, Fran, I want you to do me a favor. I said, what? And he said, can you give your testimony in front of the church? I said, what? Are you kidding me? There's no way I'm going to do that. No way. He said, just go home and pray about it. Well, when you pray about something and God really wants you to do something that just doesn't let go, it kind of nags at you. Finally, I gave up. I said, okay, Lord, you have to give me the strength. You have to give me the words, the wisdom. I can't do it on my own. So I went up there, and to this day, I couldn't tell you what I said. And it was maybe 40, 50 seconds, I think. I'm not quite sure. But anyways, after that, oh my goodness, so many doors opened for me. I became more confident. I was able to talk to people about Jesus and have Bible studies with them and bring new people in. And it was just a very, very fun time. I could not believe the difference it made when I just did that one little step that God wanted me to do. And it was just amazing. And now you can't just shut me up or anything. I'm just gung-ho for God, and I'm learning as much as I can still, and I'm trying to live for Him and tell everybody that I know about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I'm so very, very grateful that He died for me, who didn't deserve it. And my life verse is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I read that every day, and it does give me the strength that I need to live and do as the Lord wants me to do. Thank you.
I was about 10 or 11. I had a friend that used to come up and spend summers with his grandma and grandpa, and he talked me into going to Bible camp with him for a week in the summer, so I went to Bible camp with him. Never gone to church, maybe once or twice in my life. Never really knew much about it. My parents never went to church. So I went to Bible camp for a week with my friend. I don't even remember his name, it's been so long ago, but during that week at Bible camp, I actually gave my heart to Jesus. Didn't have a clue what I really did, didn't really understand it until later on in life, and I graduated from, my mom and dad got divorced when I was 12, I think, which is about a year after all this, and then we moved back up to Luther at that time. I lived with my grandma for a while and worked on the farm, and things changed a little bit, and then later on, my last couple years in high school, I ended up moving to Luther with my mom. Got into drugs and did a bunch of things that shouldn't have done, but that was where I went in life, and got into the party life and got into trouble, got in trouble with the law, ended up going into the army and all kinds of things. But anyway, when I was living in Luther, getting in trouble with my friends, and they were B&E in cabins and things like that, and I thought at the time a coward, standing off in the woods, wouldn't go into these cabins with my friends, and learned later in life that was just Jesus in my heart keeping me from really screwing my life up. But after that, I went into the army, and then I got out of the army and got married and had kids, and when my daughters were close to their teenage years, I think they were in their teenage years, my wife had met the pastor's wife at a doctor's office, and we got invited to a spaghetti dinner, and that's when I first started coming to Cherry Grove Church back in 1999, I guess it was, and 2000. And that's when I really started realizing what Jesus had been doing to me my whole life, and I really committed my life to him at that time, and then my life has changed a lot in the last 15 years. Ups and downs, of course, but all going towards the right direction. He's really made a big difference in my life. I've changed a lot of things in my life and totally different. And I'm very proud to be a Christian today and following Christ. Thank you.